Coach, I'm going to start with questions for you.
Yep.
How important do you feel is the 6-day break you have received after the last game against Mumbai City FC?
I think if you ask any of the coaches in the league about the challenges, the heavy schedule is absolutely one. When you want to be doing work on the field and you have 48 hours, then totally your work is on recuperation, recovery. And so all the teams that have played those games a couple of days later, everybody's had problems. So it's welcome. We feel that we've done some good work, and it changes the whole mood when people feel that they're making some progress.
Vinit is joining you in the press conference, so does he feature tomorrow? And what impact do you think a player like him can have in the game against Goa?
Well, I think anybody giving their team out 48 hours before kick-off is a little bit naive. Vinit's fully fit, and if we find that he's fit enough, match fit, to play a game, then he'll feature. But at this moment, we've got to wait and see if the judgment is that he's fit. If he can take part, Vinit is one of those players he's got understanding of his role, and he's got responsibility. He takes his responsibility for the good of the team. So in that way, he's a valuable member of the squad.
You must have observed FC Goa's matches so far. What do you make out? What do you deduce in terms of how they play, and who do you think are their most important players who can trouble Odisha?
Well, I mean the striker's been scoring goals, and that's always a problem. The rest of the team is really a team. You know, they have a set way of playing, and they stick to it. And I think it's important that you don't allow them to gain too much momentum. We have to be a constant threat. We have to be able to deal with them properly. But I think they're one of the better teams, and in that way they deserve our respect. And we're just working hard to try and get a few more points on the board.
Do you have any injury concerns for tomorrow? Also, any update on the first choice goalkeepers, Arshdeep and as well as Kamaljit, who was injured in the last game?
Well, Kamaljit it's a simple one to explain. He had a very, very bad concussion. So all protocols point to the fact that he should not be involved. He's not been involved in training, and so he certainly won't be involved in the game. Arshdeep is fit, and apart from that, injuries. Marcelinho has been carrying an injury since day one virtually, and therefore his training has been a bit compromised. So we have to make a call on that one, how fit we think he is, whether he should start on the bench, whether he should give us what he can give us and then be substituted. We'll make a call on that tomorrow.
Final question, what's your advice to the boys or the discussion in the camp in general after the previous game? And being an experienced coach, how are you keeping the youngsters motivated throughout the course of what's been a difficult start for you?
Well, the difficult start, if you look at the games in total, the difficult start has been difficult, but it's not been disastrous, because if you look at every game, we've been competitive at some point in every game. Probably the one where we were most at sea was the first one against Hyderabad, but that's not strange because we'd had 13 sessions together. So I think that was really learning on the job. But even that one, we lost on a penalty that was self-inflicted to a great extent. The other games, I think we've been, even the last one where I was not pleased with about 40 minutes of the game where we were just chasing the ball basically. But in the other parts of the game, we're still competitive, you know. So I think we have to take out of all the games the fact that if we play well, if we take care of the ball better, if we make better choices and decisions and keep to the principles of play that we've spoken about, then we can be competitive. And I think that I don't have problems with the boys and their motivation. It's more their belief. When you don't get the points, the way we are wired today is that you feel like you've failed. Well, there is no such thing as failure. It's either win, lose or draw. It's just information for everybody to tell them how to progress. So at the moment, we're saying that we can play well, and if we do the things that we do well, then we'll be competitive. If that leads us to a victory, then that's more information for us.
Vinit, how excited are you to be back on the field and you have a chance to feature after a long layoff?
First of all, I want to thank our medical team, for helping me to recover, and I want to thank God for His grace to recover me as quickly as I can. And I'm really excited to playing for the first match in a competitive game under our coach Baxter. I'm really looking forward to it.
How has your interactions with the coaching staff been, and what's your take on Coach Baxter and Stephen Dias in terms of the work you've done so far?
I'm very thankful, I'm very thankful to have Coach Baxter and Stephen Dias and other coaching staff, for helping me in every step, to make me understand the game more better, and I'm very keen to learn every day. So I just want to grow and help the team.
What is your take on Cole Alexander? You must have spoken and interacted with him during the training sessions. How have the discussions been, and how will his presence be helpful for you and the team?
Yeah, well, it's just my third session. It was my third session today with him, and while I was out doing my recovery, I used to look to him, in the matches, in the training, and he's a very energetic guy, who can press all day long. To be honest, but I'm really looking forward to the games to play alongside him, and hopefully, I can help the team.
FC Goa is a team that relies a lot on its midfield. They've got a lot of strong midfielders. How are you looking forward to playing against an opposition that is strong in an area that you might be playing in?
Yeah, they're really a good team. Both midfield and attack and in defense, they're a really good team. They're an organized side. But to be fair, we are just concentrating in our strong points, and we are well prepared, and we are ready to go tomorrow.
Final question. This season, due to the pandemic, the season has been played behind closed doors. Do you think that's having an effect on the players? Would you have liked fans to be there?
Yeah, obviously, because without fans, the stadiums are very quiet, and there is no one to back you up except the coaching staff and your own players. But as a professional, we have to accept everything, and our job is to just step on the pitch and give our best and help the team to win and achieve the goals and target which we have for the seasons.